every respect too, but 7th grade me hadn't yet filled out in the chest region, and she still had braces. I look back on her and feel a mixture of sympathy and deepest mortification. I was in the lunchroom, of course, because all middle school horror stories take place in the lunchroom. I was sitting by myself, eating a chicken salad sandwich, a food I cannot eat to this day, although I'm pretty sure that's just because I fundamentally reject the idea of celery. One minute I was taking a bite of sandwich. The next thing I knew, Virginia Cook's wet fingers were in my ears, which is just so gross and unsanitary and gross and gross. Virginia shouted, "Wet Willie! Wet Willie!" I'm still annoyed that she came up with such a good pun for my name. And because Virginia Cook was pretty even in 7th grade, when no one should be pretty, I might add, everyone laughed. The whole cafeteria. I thought that was something that happened in movies, you know? The whole cafeteria laughing at the kind of bullying you only see in fiction. But I guess not. Apparently, it is a thing that happens in real life, too. People stick their fingers in other people's ears and everyone laughs about it. Middle schoolers are the worst. The crowning moment was when Virginia's friend Marie dumped her expensive bottled water on my head and did her own chorus of, "Wet Willie, Wet Willie." It was sort of traumatic. I try not to think about it. So even though I insist on Mina now, my fate has already been sealed. I will always be thought of as Wet Willie by my peers. People like Virginia and Marie would probably still call me that to my face if they ever had cause to acknowledge my existence. I try to make sure that doesn't happen. But my eyes make that difficult. I am the only person I have ever seen with 2 different colored eyes, aside from my mother. My older sister Violet has a little patch of green in her otherwise brown eyes, but it's barely noticeable. Mine are definitely noticeable. My left eye is a pale blue. My right eye is dog poop brown. I try to play it down, but there's just not a lot I can do. I tried colored contacts for a very brief time before realizing my eyes are passionately opposed to contact lenses. I do wear glasses and I stay away from eye makeup, but that's about it. I'm stuck with the eyes, just like I'm stuck with the name. Wilhelmina Dorcas Perkins, the brown and blue-eyed freak. In my wildest daydreams, and I do mean wildest, I would have the nerve to hope that Jack Freeman doesn't mind girls with weird eyes and weird names. I've had a crush on him for years, which I can't really be blamed for. He's tall, dark, and handsome, a cliché he brings to life beautifully. He gets a little dimple in his right cheek when he smiles, and his teeth are really white. I know this not because I'm a stalker, but because we've had most of our classes together for the last 3 years. Unfortunately, I'm not the only person who notices the aforementioned dimple and white teeth and tall, dark handsomeness. Plus, Jack plays football. He smiles a lot. He even seems genuinely nice. The time Joanna Towers, obese and socially stunted, broke a desk chair just by sitting in it, pretty much everyone laughed. It was horrible. But Jack didn't laugh. He just helped her pick up her books and then went back to his seat like it was nothing. Like he did that every day. I was impressed. When you factor all those things in, you're not surprised that he's pretty popular. There are a lot of girls in my senior class, all of them with 2 eyes that match, and Jack Freeman could have his pick of any of them. So yes, someone like Jack is out of my league even in my wildest daydreams. In my more realistic daydreams, I make accidental eye contact with him and manage to smile rather than trip over my own feet. This has happened in real life, and turn as red as a strawberry. But that might be asking a bit much of myself. Daydream Mina is a lot more put together than real-life Mina. In fact, real-life Mina should be paying attention to the road rather than reliving embarrassing middle school experiences. I follow an ugly red sedan as it pulls onto my street, and as I turn into my driveway, the red sedan pulls into the driveway of the house next to mine. It's Cohen. We've been neighbors our whole lives. We're not particularly close, but I like him and his sister Lydia well enough. We're the same age, and Cohen started driving his beat-up old car the same